What's going on, podcast land? This is the I'm So Who They Petty Murphy Takeover Hour Baecation Edition episode premiere live on Who They Want Entertainment LLC.
Oh,
And I
nigga.
ain't what you done did,
Oh,
Petty.
son of a bitch.
And Petty's what Petty? Already? Okay. He having technical issues, but like I was doing in my little intro for he threw me off my concentration. We got the phenomenal Passion don't start to the phenomenal Passion Queen is back on the microphone for the first time in a month of Sundays. I get to see her
I
face,
know, right?
come bless the place, and hang out with
It's
the real one.
been a,
It's
it
definitely
has
been a minute.
a minute.
I think the last show we did, I was over there with my best friend and was talking about the homeless situation. That was the last time we linked up.
Listen. I can't deal with that homeless situation, baby. That threw me into a whole stressful situation myself because I just couldn't understand um the point
Girl, they moved to
of
Clearwater to be more hopeless. I'm just saying.
listen now. You know
They
what?
literally
I don't
moved to Clearwater like we down here to do better, but then like what
but
were
they
you
still in
doing
the
better?
homeless shelter.
That was the point that behooved me. Like you left one homeless shelter to go to another homeless shelter in hopes to do better, but you
Maybe
still
they got better cookies at the other homeless shelter or something.
I don't know, but
You know what?
moving on. Exactly, man. Hopefully
Let me
Mr. Petty Murphy will join back in momentarily. He had some issue randomly occur, but we're not gonna let that detour us from this phenomenal show that we can put together. You know what I'm saying?
what's not
Because you've been dropping these TikToks. Let me get it correct. These TikToks that's been getting
my
some mad
TikTok.
reactions, yo. Like the red
Listen,
lipstick and the slow talking poetry. Erotica has been selling your market before Baecation comes soon.
vacation is on its way. We're literally like a few weeks away from the official drop of my book. I dropped a couple of little videos, me reading from the book. And listen, the Lord put these big ass soup coolers on my face. So I decided to zoom in on those joints, and apparently the people like my lips and the chesticle part that they can see.
It was the
And
lipstick for me.
it was the lipstick for you. I mean, when they all nice and glossed up, you know what I'm saying? They sell themselves. So,
Facts.
but people have been enjoying the readings of the book. And I'm excited. I'm excited for it to be in everybody's hands, bro. Like, y'all
We
don't
got you,
understand.
Petty. Right.
Yeah, y'all don't
I'm
understand.
back.
You back, all right. Baby, but y'all don't understand like the work that has gone into it. Like if anybody is interested in writing a book, let me tell you, be ready, be prepared because it is a
Right.
process.
Right.
But
Petty, you
I
not
have
familiar with her. She do like erotica poetry events here in like Florida area. Like she's killing it. She got this book called Baecation that she does some wordplay on TikTok to some lines from the book and people
but I
doing
can't
blind
read.
reactions to
But I can't read
but
on
Now,
TikTok.
now,
she's
now,
super
now, can
phenomenal.
I can
You
I, can
got
I
you.
ask with the live action with the words from people on TikTok? Uh, have you been able to help relationships, find that spark in the bedroom with it, or basically are they still cheating on one another, sneaking and geeking?
Okay, so if people out there sneaking and geeking, it ain't got nothing to do with me, baby. That's their moral compass, not mine. But okay, so let me listen. But let me introduce myself to you and to others who may not know who I am and what my background is. So as you see, I am Irene, the Passion Queen. I have been in the sexual health and wellness industry for over 12 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I have always been like written poems and poetry and stuff like that. Uh, and I kind of just got to the point where I was sharing my work and people started liking my work. Shout out to Big Chuck 757. Shout out to Five. Both of them helped push me forward in this whole situation. Um, and it happened really fast. Like when I say really, really fast, I mean like a lot of this stuff kind of kicked off in like November, and here we are in May, and my book drops in June. So shit happened real, real fast. So as far as helping couples bring the spark back to their relationship, I've been doing that for over 12 years. Um, as far as what this book may do and what some of my poetry may inspire,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna inspire your partner to talk to you real nice.
Yes,
You
it
know
will.
what I'm saying? So
That's what's up. That's what's up. We need more people like you to basically help men and women in their relationships. We need more people like that. Now, me me, I have to ask you as a woman, we all know what's happened in the last couple of weeks with the death of Kevin Samuels. I kind of felt like this man not only talked to me as a man, but he did talk to women. And basically, some people didn't take what he took kindly because we live in a new generation of wretchedness and stupidity. But I think what the man was trying to tell us is that men and women need to get back to traditional things of how things work. Kind of like how our grandparents, our mom and dad, those type of values. Because let's put it
mhm.
like this, the dating pool in this generation is about as dangerous as walking down the street black. It's very dangerous, and especially with social media and everything else too. A lot of men and women are not 100% real. Everybody lives by a fake ass facade, and I think a lot of people misconstrued what Mr. Sams was saying. They kind of don't feel like it was all hate and everything like that. That he was hating on women. He was talking shit on women, down in women. Hey, he was talking shit to us men too. And I gotta ask you to ask no DJ Study and ask you, Irene the Passion Queen, your thoughts and views on Kevin Samuels.
Go ahead, Irene. Go first.
I actually have none.
All right.
And I will explain why. I never really watched his stuff. My first experience with it, somebody sent me a video. 5 to 10 seconds in, I didn't like how he was talking to the young lady that was on his show. And so from that point on, I never watched anything else that he posted. So I really had no feelings about him left or right. It's a sad situation that he passed away, especially in the manner in which he passed away. Um, I wouldn't wish nothing like that on anybody. But as far as the things that people talked about that he spoke on, I will give you my viewpoints on them. I believe the term high value men is some bullshit. Um, Mainly because I feel like everybody wants to put a title to themselves and try and label themselves as something just to make it seem like they're sitting on a pedestal that's higher than everyone else. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's some bullshit. Just be yourself. If you find somebody you like, then cool. If you don't, you ain't got to talk shit about the next person. Um, I don't believe the value of a person should be put on them based on how much money they got in their bank account, how many kids they got, how many partners they've had, or whatever the case may be. And that's on both sides of the spectrum. If you like a person, you like a person. Either you willing to deal with the shit that comes along with them, or you not. The rest of the shit is bullshit. Yes, I do believe it's pee shit and everything else in the dating pool. It need a whole new filtration system, but that ain't my problem. I'm single, unavailable, ain't even trying to play with that right now. So it is what it is. Um, but outside of that, do I believe in some traditional values? I actually talked about this on my TikTok live recently, where yes, me personally, now for me, once again, this is what works for me, because everybody sits out here and they want to listen to these relationship gurus and all this other bullshit. But guess what? There is no cookie cutter way to have a relationship. You find somebody that you like, that you love, that you can grow with, that you can deal with, and you can figure out how to move through life with. And then you two people or multiple people, if you poly, y'all figure out what formula works best for y'all. Now, whether that's y'all go fully traditional, whether that's y'all completely modern, whether he pays all the bills, she pays all the bills, whatever the hell it is that works for y'all, that's what the fuck you do. Stop worrying about what everybody else and their mama got to say, and don't be worried about what worked for your grandma and them, because that might not work for you. Point blank period. And if everybody mind their motherfucking business, stay in their motherfucking own shit, and drink their water, a wonderful, wonderful world this will be.
Damn! Damn! That's the shit that I've been trying to tell people for years. Mind the business that fucking pays you, and you just basically summed it up in 5 damn minutes. 100K, 100K. DJ Spatty, you probably speechless, but I want to hear your take on it.
I'm gonna agree with her just because she layered it out thick, and the truth is the truth. Like I never fed into the hottest person that comes on and be like, you gotta listen to his so-called revelations of relationships or whatever the case may be. Because
Who's a
I'm a
single man to top
right.
it off.
Like
I'm single. I'm not finna sit up here and tell people how to run their relationships. I'm single. What the, now here, I have several friends that are married. Now, when it comes time to, be in a relationship, will I possibly seek advice from my friends who are married? Maybe, maybe not. One, I don't necessarily believe in having everybody and their mom in my relationship. So
okay.
there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Two, if I can't communicate with the person I'm in a relationship with, why am I running to tell everybody else any goddamn way? So there's that.
True.
And then another thing is I'm not running to social media for my shit. I don't need approval from the world. As long as me and my person rocking and making this shit pop and we happy, I don't care if you agree with how we run our household. You ain't running our household. You ain't paying our bills. You ain't putting food in our stomach, clothes on our back, and none of that shit. You ain't fucking feeding or financing me. So why should it matter to you?
There it is. There it is. And you kept it real on that. You kept it real
Right.
on that because when you go to social media and go to your friends, and I know especially with those females out there that they homegirl finds a good man whatsoever, they'll treat it nice. They used to go kick in the club, but now she's basically getting to learn that new relationship. And then you get that one friend that gets upset because you don't call her, you don't go out to lunch and all this other stuff too. I have a term for that. That's known as the bitter bitch friend. BBF. Everybody, BBF. Bitter bitch friend.
I
Okay.
disagree.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why. Which, of
Why?
course,
Go
I have.
ahead.
So the reason I say that is because it's not necessarily, and don't get me wrong, there are some people who will be bitter and feel some type of way once you find happiness. And once you see them people, you know what to do. You can slide them on to the left. They ain't got to be a part of your life. Because if somebody can't celebrate you, then why they there? Um, but I don't necessarily always think that it's that. I think that sometimes if we've had such a set pattern, like if me and my homegirl been kicking it, and I'm talking about we've been
Mm-hmm.
kicking it hard for years, we got a routine, this is what we do, this, that, another, then all of a sudden you meet this dude, and now all of a sudden your ass is ghost. I don't see you. We don't go to brunch no more. We ain't going to the little Thursday joints we used to do. None of this shit, and it just be all out the goddamn blue. This routine is now fucked up. And now I
Right.
gotta figure out what the fuck to do because
Okay.
we didn't created a routine. That's just like anytime you have a routine for something and somebody
Mm-hmm.
throws you off your routine, it fuck you up for a minute. And sometimes all it requires is a conversation. And it's not that the
Right
friend bitter
now,
and she don't want to see her happy. It's like, bitch, you fucked up our routine, and who the fuck it is?
Got to get
now,
the
now,
energy back
now,
right.
now, now,
Right.
there are some females. Now, there are some females that does happen, but then there's also some females that basically just start hating for no reason whatsoever.
Well, you put that hating ass bitch outside your life. She can watch from the bleachers. That bitch can watch from the
And
fan stand. Ain't nobody. You ain't
and
got to be there.
that's where I came up with the term BBF, bitch friend. And yes, and
I
then you
mean,
got the fellas too. I mean, you get your homeboy stuff too. But as me, for me, if I find a good woman, I'm kicking it with her, and everything that I've done with my boys. Because let's go ahead and face it, men, we're dogs, right? We go and look at the first thing running. I'm a man. I'm a admit, men are dogs. I'm a dog. But I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a good damn man with a good damn heart, so I ain't gonna cheat on no woman. But when you basically find that one woman, basically y'all kicking it, y'all vibing, y'all understanding, you're trying to build something, and your homeboys are still doing the same shit that you were doing when you were younger. It's kind of like and then they get mad, say, "Oh, you don't hang out with us anymore. You got caked up whatsoever." I call those Jans. I call them jealous ass niggas. And the reason why I call them that is because at a certain age, all the clubbing, all the partying, all the drinking, all the chasing women, and all that other shit, it gets old. It gets old. So you gotta figure out what the hell you want in life. Me, I want stability. I want happiness. All that and shit. I did that shit from 18 to 25. Once you hit 30, you are considered old. So it's time to come up with a plan. Hold on. In my world, in a man's world,
in your world,
that's your world, Petty.
Once you hit 30, when you hit 30, you should already had a plan already in play. You're gone to college, you've done all of that. So at 30, I started to see shit differently. And it's like, you know what? I need to keep my ass at the motherfucking clubs. It's because it's the same damn music, same damn niggas, same damn bitches, in the same damn drama, in the same damn club, in the same damn
clubs. If you going to the same damn clubs that had them same damn motherfuckers, then yeah. But see, if you take a grown ass to a grown ass party or a grown ass club, you'll find grown ass motherfuckers.
Exactly, and that's where people need to understand, especially when it comes to like relationships. You ain't gonna find love in the club. All right, this ain't no damn Usher song and Young Jeezy song. You ain't gonna find love in the club. If you find love in the club, hey, you a lucky motherfucker. I mean, you must have ate some Wheaties, some Lucky Charms.
Listen, people also said you weren't gonna find love on social media, but motherfuckers get married every other day. How you meet? Bang, we met on Instagram, we met on TikTok, we met on Facebook, all this other shit. Ain't tell nobody where they gonna run into somebody else.
If you gonna say social media, they met on Tinder. Okay, let's keep it real. They met on Tinder or FarmersOnly.com.
They probably met on
FarmersOnly.com.
I don't know that shit. I told you what I know. I know.
But I think that the relationship these days is based off of social media status. How can you just can't date a motherfucker just for being a real motherfucker? I mean,
you know why? You want to know why? You want to know why? Because you got motherfuckers like Kevin Samuels telling people they need to be high value men, and you got other motherfuckers that call themselves relationship gurus trying to tell everybody what the fuck they need to be, instead of people being grown ass motherfuckers and standing in their truth of who the fuck they is. Tyrone, if you like to work on cars and that's how you make your money, then damn it, be Tyrone that work on cars. You ain't gotta act like you a six-figure earner. If you not, nigga, stand in your goddamn truth. Be who you are. Stop worrying about what everybody and their mama got to fucking say, and move the fuck along and keep everybody out your business, and you'll be just fine.
See, that's $100K. That's $100K. That's $100K. That's $100K. Everybody, just be you. Do you. Don't worry about anybody else. Just do you. If you and your woman are fucking happy, fuck everybody else and their happiness. Let them be who they are. If they want to be fake in the world, hey, there's a whole new world. Go out there and be fake, but keep it. But us, media. Keep it real.
Relationship, y'all might not even. Y'all gonna know I'm in a relationship, but y'all probably won't even know who the fuck I'm with until we married with kids.
Wow, you going that off the radar?
I feel you on that.
Yes, I would like to know why.
Motherfuckers is messy for no goddamn reason. They don't like to see people happy. And everybody like to be internet thugs, and they want to type, well, I used to see your boo do this, da 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 da. Bitch, you used to. That's the word, operative word, used to. Meaning not present. Meaning you don't mean shit. Meaning your ass just mad because they ain't with you.
You gotta love her energy, man. When she come on,
I love her fucking energy. I love her fucking energy because she's keeping it real. But I needed some humor. I needed to hear some humor today because we as a country in the last 11 days have seen tragedy.
Right.
Buffalo, New York, and then yesterday in Texas.
Right.
I honestly, especially what happened in Buffalo, New York, and then yesterday, man, I just basically my mental health just went straight to hell. Especially what happened down in Texas to them babies. And people, and I don't know if y'all watched Greg Abbott's press conference today, but Beto O'Rourke, who's running against him for governor of Texas, he had the balls. He went up to the governor of Texas and the lieutenant governor and said, "This is your fault. Mm-hmm. This is your fault. It's because of y'all remember after the mass shooting in El Paso in 2019, Texas basically passed that law to where allow anybody and their mama to openly carry in Texas. Now you have to be 21 or over to do that.
Right.
So for this young man to be 18 and have assault rifles at 18, I kind of see what Beto O'Rourke is saying. He wasn't lying. He said this is your fault. It's because you had the measures right there to basically keep this 18-year-old punk, because he's a punk. Anybody that basically kills somebody with a gun, especially in the manner that these two things have happened, you a punk. You a punk. And I say with drive-bys and everything like that too. If you can't fight, it's like this. If you can't fight, you shouldn't be able to shoot. Period. If you can't fight, you can't shoot. Take your ass whooping like a man. But for what happened, had Texas done that, we would not have 19 10-year-olds dead. Had the people in Buffalo and the people in New York, when the young man basically said he was going to basically do a mass shooting last year, had they basically arrested his ass instead of putting his ass in a mental health ward evaluation, we wouldn't have 11 African Americans going grocery shopping, minding their own damn business, probably getting stuff ready for Sunday dinner the next day, dead.
Right.
We wouldn't see Joe Biden on TV twice in 11 days. And what really pisses me the hell off is that there's this comedian out of Cincinnati who was on my friends list on Facebook. The motherfucker had the nerve, the audacity to say, school shootings should be labeled now as late-term abortions. I have the screenshot posted.
That was uncalled for.
That was disrespectful. You got motherfuckers like that making posts about what happened in Texas. One post I seen that really pissed me off was, well, at least they weren't black. They were Hispanic kids. They were Hispanic kids. I don't give a fuck if the motherfucking if the kids were green.
All right.
They're dead. So for me, I got to ask y'all, because mental health is going to be talked about. But with all these mass shootings and everything that's been happening, especially the last couple of years with the pandemic and everything else, and people going fucking crazy as shit, should mental health be talked about more alongside gun control and legislation when it comes to gun control? Because to me, we've seen enough of this shit happen. It started with Columbine, but Sandy Hook should have been the catalyst for gun reform in this country. So you mean to tell me, I'm going to say this, remember this, within 10 years, It took multiple young children in a school where they're supposed to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy Hook, that was during before Christmas, but yesterday in Texas, 2 days before school was going to be out for summer vacation. So you mean to tell me within the last 10 years, the Democrats and Republicans can't come together to basically protect our babies? Well, we can send over nearly $300 billion over to Ukraine for them to fight a war that we had no business in. What the fuck is up with that? So let me ask y'all:
Go ahead.
Is America's priorities fucked up or what?
They've been that. If you just not realizing that they are, then you ain't part of America. Like this
Oh no
been
no no
like
no! I know America's priorities are fucked up, but in this day and age, especially in this generation, especially what has happened, our priorities are fucked up. Especially now, we got two measures that we're gonna talk about. That's mental health and gun control.
right.
How the hell can this shit work to where we can basically not have tragedies like what we just saw in the last 12 days?
In a nutshell, there's really ultimately nothing you can do, just because of the simple fact that it's kind of like this unstoppable thing, and you can't stop nothing that if you really know what you supposed to know, that the government technically supplying happen anyway. So it's like it's a matter of trust. Like stay to yourself, just like Irene said earlier in the show. It's all about minding your own business in a way. I feel like it's a
Mm-hmm.
matter of focusing on you, but don't tread lightly to where you just, you know what I'm saying, blind to the fact that this is our reality. We've been at war since the beginning of times, and it's an endless war. So, like, speaking on it would be like, what can we do? What are we not doing? Like, that's my things. Like, what are we not doing? All we're doing is talking about what we should, could, would, and every second of the hour, somebody's still getting gunslinged, whether it's masked or not. But you know what I'm saying? I just feel like we gotta learn where we putting our trust at and be able to talk to a person without feeling like it's coming off as negative, bashful, or you just outright trying to just, you know, destroy me, like break me down as a person. Like we all human beings at the end of the day, but we don't value each other in that same shed of light. So that's just
I,
my
I,
opinion.
I, I definitely agree with that. I think we don't value one another as much, especially in the black community. You know, here I am. I'm with a black queen. I'm with a black king. We're speaking amongst ourselves. We're having fun. You know, and I value them. It's because they're people at the same time as I am. They're human. It's not about race or color, people. And I think that we got that disconnect, you know, especially in the black community when it comes to hating on one another. You know, I kind of used to feel nigga house nigga mentality type of thing because that's what they did in slavery. They separated us to basically for us to end up hating on one another. And I tell everybody, you know, especially when it comes to black on black crime whatsoever, you know, what they talk about the police killing us and stuff too, you know, I tell everybody, especially in our culture, in our community, you know, if we stop the bullshit and we come together, then they won't have anything to fuck with us on, especially with the police. We gotta stop all the fuckery and the bullshit. You know, they're trying to pull Young Thug with his RICO charges. They probably pull up with lyrics. They're trying to use that against him in court. I think that shit's wrong. But I really think what you said, DJ Steady, we got to stay in our own lane, but we also need to learn how to talk to one another and value one another.
That's
Shouldn't be
all.
no hate or divide, no divide whatsoever amongst each other.
Absolutely not. So in that case, we need a vacation.
Yes. Now, I want to know more about this book, the Vacation. What inspired you to write this?
I'm nasty. No, I'm playing. Um, um, and so actually, it's kind of crazy how the book came about, right? So
Uh-huh.
like I said, I have been writing poetry. I've been writing since I was a kid, but I took a long hiatus from it, so to speak.
Right.
Life happens, whatever. So I kind of
Uh-huh.
got back into it during the pandemic, and I started writing poetry. My friend Five encouraged me to post one of my poems to TikTok. Then Big Chuck 757, he poem, and it kind of took off from there. And it got to the point where Chuck was holding Zooms for other people to hear some of my work, and it turned into people asking me, "So when you gonna put out a book?" And I'm mind you, the whole time I'm like, "Y'all crazy? Ain't nobody finna write a book. Like, ain't nobody doing all that." Well, at one point, I decided to take them serious, and I started writing. And I reached out to one of my friends who has her own publishing and production company, signed a contract with her. And our very first meeting, I had sent everything I had over to her. And I had already told her, like, look, I don't even think this is enough for a book. And initially, it was just supposed to be a collection of erotic short stories and poems. Well,
Mhm.
one of the short stories was a six-part story. And she was like, yeah, so this needs to be its own book, and then we'll release the second book, which will be the rest of the poems and the short stories. Um, and Baecation was born. And basically, Baecation is a story about a couple, Amber and Sean, who decide to go to Ocho Rios, Jamaica for their fifth wedding anniversary. And baby, they get into some spicy stuff. While they're there, they decide to have some fun. They do some stuff. I can only read so much on TikTok because TikTok be TikToking, and they get a little touchy
Right.
when you talk about some stuff. But yeah, so it's it's I like it. It's fun. And they do some shit that, baby, when I do get my husband, hey, future husband, we gonna have some fun in Jamaica, baby, whenever we go. Let me tell you that right there, cause whoo,
That's what's up. I'm gonna have to check that. I'm definitely gonna have to follow you on TikTok. Definitely gonna do that. I think we need more people like that, more creative minds, and to basically, set up. Basically, what you're doing is you're giving people goals by when
mm,
they listen to you and your poetry, and you're set that stuff for that goal for yourself also too. That's
right,
really amazing.
yeah. So it's been fun, just the whole process of writing the book, and then now, mind you, writing a story or writing a novel or whatever is totally different from writing poetry. So to go through the process of switching my process, my brain, and the process of how I write my poetry and everything to kind of change it so that it made sense as a story was a very interesting process. Because yeah, we had to do some changes.
Right.
So, but it was a lot of fun, and like I'm so excited because the official release date is my birthday, which is June 13th. Shout out to all the Gemini's, baby, because we in Gemini season right now. We lit, we live. I celebrate from May 21st to the end of June. Be mad at your mama, not me. Um, because you're gonna get all this energy. You finna be sick of me. It is what it is, especially since I got a book coming out. I don't care. Be mad. I don't
Turn
care.
up, shit. Turn the.
Um, I already started. What you talking about? We started this past weekend. We've been litty since this past weekend. You know what I'm
Jesus, son.
saying?
This weekend. That's what's up. So
Yeah, and then
June
so
15th. I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I'm
well,
We
gonna be
see,
checking
definitely
out
gonna be in the city.
you need to what you need to do is go ahead and pre-order your book along with let's oh shit. You know what? So I know you ain't popped it up on the screen yet, but it's the Let's Fan Cast the movie series of the adaptations. Let me tell you something. Imma just say this. I'm not saying that it is certain, but there is the possibility of that. I have a lot of other stuff in the works that at this current moment we're just waiting. We're trying to do everything in order. So once everything goes in order and contracts are signed and all that kind of stuff, there could be some other possibilities for possibly a movie adaptation of it. You never know. I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying it's a lot of stuff that's on the table that we have talked about.
Right.
And once we have some confirmations of things, I will be more than happy to share. But I mean, it's a lot, but if you want to pre-order your book, just make sure you go to thequeendom.com. That's TheQueendomME.com. If you know, you know. If you don't, then that means you need to watch my show, The Queendom, on Wednesday, or listen to my show, The Queendom, on Wednesday nights. It comes on Envision Radio app. It's a black-owned radio app, and it's spelled Nvizion. Baby, the show tonight at 11 p.m. Telling you, been a
That's
business.
what's up.
Love it.
That's what's
Love
up.
it.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna check out your show. I want everybody to check. I'm gonna check out your show. I want everybody to check out mine because yesterday I went in on America for 30 minutes. Exactly 30 minutes. Because that's all you need for a nigga to basically, American to turn into a nigga. I turned into a nigga and basically called America out. And we need more people with goals and ambitions and dreams to change this culture. We got one right here. We got another one. We got 3 people here. So definitely,
I'm just a nasty person. That's all. Don't mind me. I'm just a heathen. Don't mind me.
I tell everybody I'm just another black man caught up in the mix trying to make $1.15.
Hey, Patty, listen to this though. Watch this.
But
listen to this. Just listen, Patty, for a minute. What?
I can't wait to devour you again.
It's awesome.
She whispered in my ear. I smile and turn and walk back to our table. We slide back into our booth. Why do we have to wait? I asked. He had a look of confusion on his face. As I made sure the table was nice and close, I took advantage of the tablecloth for a little extra coverage. While staring into his eyes, I unbuckled his belt and unzipped his pants. He looked at me surprised. I dare you, he said. I look at him with one eyebrow raised. Say less. Pre-order your copy of Baecation at thequeendom.com.
Not you playing the video. That's wow. Yeah,
that shit's awesome. That right there has just populated 10 babies by listening to that, and none of them are not mine. So if you listened to that or heard that, 10 babies are about to be populated in America. But she kept it real. I liked how she did the storytelling put the narrative into the storytelling. She set up the plot story and she put it together. That's fucking awesome. So shout out to you, Queen. Shout out to you.
Thank you. But you guys, I have enjoyed this per usual. I do have to run because I have to get ready for my next show. For all those watching, please feel free to follow me. Irene Passion Queen across all social media platforms. TikTok and Instagram gets the most traffic with the most information and updated information about what's going on with me. Listen, the voice. Listen, the voice is the voice. When I'm in that mode of reading my work, I can't. That's how I come out. But yeah, but make sure y'all follow me to keep up with everything that I got going on. You can always check out thequeendom.com, TheQueendomme.com. But everything else, you can pre-order the book. You can get the Baecation merch. You can even go there and hop over to our Pure Romance website and shop all your goodie needs that you may need for you and your boo to get through the night. You know what I'm saying? We got the adult products, the bedroom accessories, the lingerie, the bath and body products. We got it all over there for you, baby. So just make sure y'all hit me up and I'll holler at y'all next time, all right?
Hey, Queen.
All right, you think you need Queen?
All right, you too. Bye bye.
All right.
Man, this is the first episode of the I'm So Who They Petty Murphy Takeover Hour. Yeah, I'm having fun with this. I'm
Facts. That's
thinking,
what it's all about.
this is what it's all about. The Who They Want podcast, the Petty Murphy Project. Matter of fact, I want to talk about that. Now, you dropped the flyer, the announcement on Monday. It's fucking Wednesday. Actually, that was Sunday. Monday
Right,
morning.
it been getting stimulated, right?
Yeah, Monday morning. I don't know who this guy is, but apparently I stole the Petty Murphy name from this guy. I had the halo logo whatsoever, and he got fired. Right. Now, so let me explain to the world how I got the Petty Murphy name and how I was able to trademark this. He couldn't tell me when he trademarked the shit, so I'm going to tell y'all how I trademarked the shit, and it's kind of fucked up.
Talk your talk.
Okay, so my government name is Aaron Tanks. It's on Facebook. That's my government name. I'm named after my mom's older brother. I'm going to keep it real. I have been basically doing comedy. This is my 13th year. I've been calling myself Petty Murphy since 2015. So I was in my 6th year of comedy. And I had already made some noise in Wichita, Kansas. And one of my homies said I needed to reinvent myself. So I was sitting in my mom's basement one night, and I was smoking weed, and I was watching Eddie Murphy Raw. Now, this is when the Petty movement was all on social media. And I said something petty on Facebook. And this chick was like, that's petty as fuck. Now, granted, I'm watching Eddie Murphy Raw. Eddie Murphy's my favorite comedian. That's Richard Pryor, 1A, 1B. Can't go wrong either way over. So I say, you know what? I'm going to call myself Petty Murphy. This is 2015. Then we go into 16 and 17. In 2017, the name already blew up. So I had already trademarked the name in 2016 for commercial purposes. So when it came to the logo, I did my own logo for the Petty Murphy Project. The OG logo is on there. But a new logo was created by my famo in Muskogee, Oklahoma, from the Famo Nation, part of Chop On It Radio, YL Dallas. Mr. Exclusive. If y'all haven't heard Mr. Exclusive, YL Dallas on the Petty Murphy Project, I suggest you do.
Okay.
YL created the logo for me, the new logo, from scratch. Now, I got this logo for about a month. Now, all of a sudden, DJ Steady hits me up. We collab on this, what we're doing right now. We put both logos are together. And this as what Sage Hollow, Han Solo, Marco Polo, whatever your name is. I don't know who you are. Allegedly, I stole his name. I started using names like Tyler Petty, Petty Gang, Petty Parker, Petty, Big Bang Theory type shit. I basically stole the whole Petty Murphy name from him, allegedly.
Right.
So here's the thing. I'm known across this world as Petty Murphy. It took this motherfucker 7 damn years. 7 years. And thousands of dollars that I've already made off this motherfucker. Millions and millions of the people listening. Countless shows. Lots of respect. Lots of hate. It took this motherfucker 7 years to finally say something. Get the fuck out of here. Like, come on, dog. Nah, dog. And I'll talk to him. Basically, he's like, Well, I told you that, hey, man, have a nice day. God bless you. Like, well, I don't believe in God. That's ignorant religion. Okay, motherfucker. Assalamu alaikum, salaikum salam, motherfucker. Have a good day. Block.
Right. Like,
thing is that I mean, we got this energy that we're not dealing with no ignorant motherfuckers coming with the hate. If you ain't with the program, and if you ain't part of trying to change the culture, then hey, keep your punk ass over there. We don't want to deal with you. But to sit there and basically just get disrespectful on somebody that you don't know, all because somebody took that name, who created that name, has made a lot of money, and you just now figured it out. Who's behind the machine? Now you want a piece of the pie, and you just coming up with names that I have not used. I think I might go ahead now, since he already put it out in the atmosphere. If I decide to do some skits, I'm gonna make fun of Tyler Perry and call it Tyler Petty. You know, I'm gonna do some shit. But that right there just made me want to do this show even fucking more. It gives me validation that there's somebody that hates me for basically doing something that they did not do for several years.
Bingo.
The Petty movement started in 2015.
Right.
And that was social media. I just basically tapped Petty Murphy onto the bitch, and I made money off of it, and I made a name off of it. I got a worldwide podcast off of it. It's going to Roku and Amazon TV next month. I have basically built a brand off that name alone. Hell, nobody calls me by my government except my mama and the bill collectors. Everybody calls me Petty Murphy. Well, you know, except the great aunts and uncles, they're like that too. But, you know, family call me by my government name. But the world calls me Petty Murphy. And for this guy to basically sit there with this false accusation, I mean, he was stuck. He was stuck.
I was mad because I'm like, dude, first of all, if you had a problem, he should have inboxed me, because he was at the time, you know, mutually connected to me. Like, I knew of him. I ain't gonna say I know him. I know of him. And I felt like, as a man, like, the way it should have been way more respectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I want to speak to this individual. We're having, you know how you like want to say, look, we're having confrontations on a name project. Because I just checked the database, and according to the database, all that is your realm. Petty Murphy is 100% your face, your projects, everything, network worldwide. Then I did some other back. I was like, okay, so let me go and check out this person. Type his in, boom, boom, boom. You don't get nothing. So how can you be somebody that's robbing somebody if somebody never even had it in existence?
Exactly. Niggas. See what happens when you sit on your ass on an idea? If you don't put the pen to paper in the pad to basically trademark your shit, it's niggas like me who are smart and quick and cerebral that will take the idea, because I don't fucking know you, put it towards their brand and make money off of it. I own 100% legitimately all the name of Petty Murphy. And as I told him, you and I share the same publicist. I have a high-priced attorney. So if he really wants to go there with his cartoon obituary picture, because it looked like he was one of those cartoon artist characters that be spamming motherfuckers on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. Hey, if you want to get a logo made, inbox me whatsoever, man. I got, you know, very prices and all this other good shit. He looked like one of those motherfuckers, man. And to basically for him to not get that name, to feel like I stole that name, and now you know you did your research and he didn't own it. Basically, this guy was basically trying to make a name off of something that I created. And he felt some type of way. And now he's really butthurt. He said he'll see me in court. Okay, motherfucker. I've already told my attorney about it. Once we get the paperwork, I ain't gotta show up to court. My attorney's gonna show up to court for me. I don't have to show up to court. Basically, dog, you just lost 2 cases, and I just embarrassed you on social media twice.
Fact. And then I commend you for the way you went about it. It wasn't no back and forth bitterness. It was just like, hey, check the data banks, check the resume. I am who I am. And then you bowed out respectfully. And then you let me know, hey, I had to block dude. And I was like, you know what? I didn't even know it was occurring. So when you brought it to my attention, I was like, let me go check it out. So I did. And I'm like, oh, we're not having that. One thing I'm not going to do is build any content around negativity or back and forth backlash. Like, we're not gonna do that. And I felt like dude was salty with me too, because me and him, probably when I was before I got to where I am now in my career, we was in a talk about like, let me see what you could bring. I'm the type of person, I'm an energy reader, right? I didn't feel like his energy was that energy I needed. Like, I hate fast talkers for one. Like, if you're gonna super fast talk me, I know you're not gonna bring nothing to the table for everybody that can benefit from it. So I feel like by me, when I put the post up and tagged you in, I think it was more of a trigger of, oh, you rather go grab some dude named Petty Murphy than to grab me and bring me and do projects with me. Like, it was more like that. Like, you were really trying to come at me, but you was just that innocent casualty in a way to kind of lead it, you know what I'm saying? But this is gonna keep on rolling regardless. One thing I started to realize, when we own microphones and we content creators, you can't stop us from talking about what we want to address.
Exactly. And for this and for him to feel that type of way, like I said, he's a jam. Jealous ass niggas. Jealous ass niggas, man. I still get it. And you know, the way that I did that is because I'm taking a new approach in life. If I feel like your energy is off for no reason, because for me, my question was, and I actually said this on the Petty Murphy Project, I was actually doing the Petty Murphy Project that morning. I was doing the wake-up call, in which you guys can find an episode. It's called The Wake-Up Call / I Woke Up and Chose Violence on a Monday. Because that's what the fuck he chose Monday morning.
Monday morning. We ain't even got up, washed the face, got the crust out the eyes,
ain't washed his ass, ain't washed his balls, ain't brushed no teeth, ain't kicked no hoe out of his house because his girlfriend's coming home from work at the working third shift, ain't got the kids up for school, ain't done a goddamn thing, but woke up at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time and basically woke up and chose violence on a Monday. Who the fuck wakes up on Monday morning and basically chooses violence? If you hate Mondays that goddamn bad, your name should not be Sage Hollow. Your name should be Garfield, because Garfield hates Mondays. And so do niggas who gotta work at 9 to 5. My thing was the way that he came at me. It's 6:30 in the fucking morning where I'm at in Kansas City. I'm basically enjoying my white privilege at Panera Bread. I ain't sipped my goddamn coffee. I ain't took a bite of my cinnamon roll. And I'm trying to get the Petty Murphy Project rolling, and this motherfucker come up with this bullshit. You know how many as much as I've used the name Petty Murphy, and there have been other cats that use the name Petty Murphy. Trust me, I've seen their YouTube videos. But the thing they did not do is they did not trademark the name. I did. I trademarked it. I own it. I sent the logo to myself via mail. The mail came back. I have never opened it. It is sealed. It is dated. I own the fucking Petty Murphy name. I own the Petty Murphy Project. And for Han Solo, Sage Halo, I don't know what the hell you want to call yourself. Brother, you gotta basically get a grip on reality and basically, don't hate the player, don't hate the game, hate yourself. It's because if you basically own this name, you created this name, you created that logo, but you sat on your ass for years and didn't do anything with it. A creative, cerebral motherfucker like me is going to basically, I don't know you, so therefore I can't say that you told me about it. A motherfucker like me is going to take your fucking idea and it's going to run with it and make millions and millions of dollars off it. I ain't made millions yet. I'm on my goddamn way, but you get the drift. Anybody that has an idea, get your shit patented, get your shit trademarked. Because if you don't get your shit trademarked, somebody gonna steal your shit. I was smart enough to basically see how this shit went for about 6 months before I went ahead. Because this was fall of 2015 going into 2016. So I already knew that once January 1st, 2016 went around, I need to have this fucking name trademarked. And I had it trademarked. The rest is fucking history. 3.6 million people worldwide listen to the Petty Murphy Project on multiple platforms. And now we're here on the first episode of So Who They Petty Takeover Hour. We making history. We come, two brothers come together. One from Florida, one from Kansas. Coming together and basically taking our platforms, bringing them together to basically widen out to a broader audience. I think people need to basically stop hating and stop capping and basically get behind it. Well, see, if homie has seen all of that shit, basically he could be like, you know what, I want to be a part of this. Now you're a part of this because you just made Uncle Petty shitless. And trust me, all you did was open up your mouth. And what came out your mouth was bullshit. And I basically did the right thing by not going back and forth with you. I just went ahead and said, you know what? I'm going to block you. Have a blessed day. And then I told you about it, and the rest is history, everybody. So that's what I just want to say to people is that, hey, I own the Petty Murphy name. That's all I got to say about it. If homie feels some type of way, hey, shit, holla at me. Send me an email at thepettymurphyproject@gmail.com. Send me an email. We can talk. Have your attorney contact me. I'll have my attorney contact yours, and we can sort it out that way. If not, speak now or shut the fuck up and hold your peace. That's all I have to say.
Boom. And on that note, this concludes our very first episode. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.